Oh, I
Yeah,
don't know, but I'm sleepy already.
yeah, and sleepy is.
Your boy, the Bo one, the cold one, John Cold Lawson, had a brain fart.
I get to say that when I put my face on here.
That's about right.
I'm Brent Leary.
The brain fart.
I just want to welcome everybody to Liberation Week. Liberation Week.
Oh,
Too big to be a day. Gotta
oh,
be a week. Where's
oh.
Ashibu at? I want Ashibu on here. Ashibu, report immediately.
You are calling the man out.
I am looking for Ashibu.
I am going to hit him up
Let
on
him
a
know.
Facebook chat
We
just to let
need
him
to
know
talk about him.
that Brent is talking about you right now.
I'm telling him about himself and about his boy. By the way, it is Friday afternoon in Atlanta. Not too bad. It's a little overcast, but could be worse. I'm feeling, I don't know why I'm feeling good. I
Yeah,
shouldn't
why
be.
are you feeling good?
I really shouldn't be. Nobody should be feeling good right now.
You can feel good. There's
That
a
means
lot of
you.
people feeling good.
Who's feeling good about this?
The people that are doing this and supporting this, trust me, this is
They ain't feeling good. They just fronting. They don't want you. They don't want people to know how bad they're feeling, so they put the bold front on.
okay.
Because ain't nobody feeling good if they look at their 401k statements lately. I'm just saying. If there is anybody feeling good about things right now, please comment and let us know why.
Uh,
I would love to know why you're feeling good about the current state of affairs.
oh, I
Yeah.
mean,
You got something?
I'm just saying that this is what they voted for. This is what they expected. This is what they want.
It's kind of hard to argue with you that you didn't think this was going to happen. I mean, because he told
Right.
you.
That's
He
what I'm
literally
saying.
told you.
That's so he's doing exactly what they want.
And it's not only that he's doing it. He's been talking about this since the 80s. The only reason that he didn't do this in his first term is they had, what do they call them? Safety people that were supposed to keep him on the straight and narrow. At least they kept him away from this. But all of them folks, they're gone. I mean, there ain't nobody. You notice his family ain't even around. You don't even see Don Jr. lurking about. You notice
Well,
that? You haven't
that's
seen
what
that.
I was thinking about that too. It's like, before that's all he had was his family that he could trust and that were soldiers for him. And now he's, got a whole lot of people in DC that he has made capitulate. So,
You know what he's got? He's got like Elon and Peter Thiel, I guess, because that's Elon's boy, and Laura Loomer, apparently this crazy lady that had some people fired the other day. I mean, you don't see nobody like, it is really, wow, it's just really strange that we knew this was going to happen, and some people are acting like they didn't know it was going to happen. I don't even know how you could fix your face to say, I'm surprised. There's no way
uh,
you should be surprised at this.
yeah,
No way.
yeah. Did you put Rob's up there? Because that's so true too.
First of all, hello, Rob. Because now is when all the opportunities happen on the edge of major change.
That's true.
Well, there's lots of opportunity.
There is.
There's still lots of opportunity to see your 401k go even further down.
Yeah, but I mean, 5% ain't gonna 10%. It'll be back one day.
When is it gonna
One
be
day.
back?
One day.
What is it? One fine day?
Mm-hmm. One day. Don't you understand that we are going to look into the future and it's going to be a bright, happy, prosperous future? Don't you understand? What part are you not understanding?
Looking into the future, it'll be bright and sunny. And I think when I look into the future, I'm seeing the abyss at the moment. But
but here's the thing: the markets adjust, and then they will settle. This feels like, oh, there you go. There you go.
Oh, he's here.
There you go. I didn't
He is
call them out.
here. Ashibu, we've been
And
waiting for you, man. Happy Liberation Week, because it's more than just a day now, man. Happy Liberation Week to Ashibu. Couldn't have made it without you, man.
I told him. I said that Brett is calling you out.
We need to have you here, man,
on the show.
We need to make sure that all sides are represented. And I can't think of a better representation person for the current administration than Brother Ashibu. Brother Ashibu, how is Liberation Week going so far?
Yeah,
We'd love to hear from you. I'm serious.
We have all been liberated from dead presidents.
Liberated, liquidated, whatever.
There you go. So it is what it is.
But
yes, I mean, Rob is it is very important to realize for those of you that have been looking for opportunity is about to present itself for
so give us a little bit more substance around what this.
Oh, I mean, you just got to look, when everybody zigs, you zag. That's always the opportunity. So
is it a good time to start a business now?
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be a good time to start a business. It depends on what, industry you're in.
Are you looking for a business that has customers? Let me ask you that. Look, he's living the dream. That's kind of the problem. We need you to wake up. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh,
he's living the dream. I am glad for anybody that's living the dream at this
point.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, hey, it's just one day, bro. I mean,
it's been two. It's been two. Yesterday,
it's been two.
and we did talk a little bit before. There was a $5 trillion drop a couple of weeks ago. That took a couple of weeks. He did that in a day and a half.
Yeah. So let's just ask Ashibu then. I mean, what are you investing in at this point that is going to be a good investment in this kind of climate?
And also, be as honest as you can. Are you surprised at all of what's happened the last couple of days since they announced the tariffs? Just be as honest as you can be, because I'm really seriously interested in.
But I mean, if you walk out on the street and you don't turn on the TV, what's different? Nothing.
If you don't turn on the TV, I mean, that's you can say that about almost anything.
But I'm just saying, I mean, you can't say that about eggs. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. I'm just saying, like, we haven't felt the.
Oh, look, he is doing everything.
Exactly.
So you asked him to tank the market, and inflation hasn't really gone anywhere. He asked you to get Canada to be the 51st state, or is it Panama, or is it Greenland? That's what you asked for, Ashibu. I'm serious. That's what you asked for. I'm kind of surprised. Of all the things to ask for, Ashibu.
No, let me ask you this, Ashibu. Seriously.
Okay.
Out of like, give me the top 3 things. You know what I'm saying? That you are really that he's doing in your everything you're asking him to do. I would like to hear what are the top 3 things that it's like, yes, he's taking care of this, and this, and that would help me. That would help me with with a lot of people. I would just like to know what it is that you're like.
Cosmetics.
Okay, I guess.
What does he sell cosmetics or something, or
no? I don't know. I don't know if he's talking about cleaning up cosmetics. I'm not sure.
Yeah, give us a little bit more on that one.
I know he uses a lot of cosmetics.
Well, you better buy them now, because if they're coming from out of,
I'm talking about Donald Trump. You talking about his skin color? What?
Damn.
What do you mean? So, no, I'm serious.
Damn.
Orange cosmetics. It's hard to find good orange cosmetics at this point.
Yeah. I am really interested in what he means by cosmetics, though.
Yeah. Or maybe he's talking about the cosmetics of what we're seeing. So
cosmetics.
I don't know. That's
like
interesting.
the
cosmetics. Please go deeper.
Yeah, we need a little bit more than that. Plus, that's only one. Didn't you ask for 3?
Maybe he's typing.
He's been typing for a while then.
Well, it takes a while.
Hey, look who it is.
Hey, Barb, what's happening?
It's what's her nickname again?
Bundle and Barb.
Bundle and Barb.
Bundle and Barb, she posted something on my site about how her business has taken a hit in the last couple of weeks, or at least the last week. So we'll see.
So bundling Barb, how have you been affected, if at all, by the Liberation Day, all the tariffs? Has that done anything negative, positive?
I'm sure her imports are costing a lot more.
All right, so we'll give you a second to add, because we just asked the question, so we'll give you a second to. Oh yeah, we know who you are.
No, you know now. After we told you.
Considering, so, yeah. I think I gave her the nickname too.
So yeah, the question is definitely, how has this impacted your business this week with the changes in tariffs? Because I know you had posted something.
She just spit her coffee out. Why? It was something Ashibu said.
No, Ashibu hasn't come back. He's
thinking hard about.
I mean, if nothing else, just clarify the cosmetic part.
Yeah, I would seriously like to know what that means as he continues to think about the other two things.
Oh wow!
I don't know, man. If people are really being honest with themselves, are they really surprised at what's going on, or are they?
I just,
Oh well,
he's driving,
dude. If you're driving, we don't need.
Be careful.
Yeah, please don't
do that.
Don't do that. But whenever you finish driving,
just pull over and answer our fucking question.
And I hear you. Damn, that was kind of rough. That was really rough. I was gonna say, while you're driving, that gives you plenty of time to think of something. But
that's my buddy, man. You don't understand.
So Barbara is sitting in the warehouse right now, considering options. She's pretty numb. That don't sound good.
Yeah, I'm sure she did a lot of importing as well as.
Oh yeah, so she's gonna get hit hard with them tariffs.
Import tariffs is definitely a thing we've all got to navigate at this point.
When do you think
business and
okay, so she says
products overseas.
She manufactures beds. So she's getting her manufacturing done somewhere other than this country. And now buying up any sheet inventory that exists on U.S. soils, stopping wholesale to retail stores as of yesterday, switching to direct to consumer only till I sell out.
Wow. So that's an interesting strategy right there. So she's stopping her wholesale because that's lower margin, and selling direct to consumer because that's where we're going to get the highest margin, and then figuring out how to switch to U.S. Manufacturing, if at all possible.
Well, who are manufacturing stuff like that in the U.S.? I mean,
I'm sure there's, the one thing is it's not like there's no factories in the U.S. There is, onshore for pretty much every little thing. However,
those prices are going to go up.
The prices are going to spike because the natural supply and demand playing its game out,
Like all
What's
these
up, Sean?
Like all these t-shirt kind of companies. Don't you have a friend that does t-shirts?
Yes,
I wonder how this could potentially impact her. Hello, Sean. Hey, he's on Delta. Watch. Does that mean you're like 30,000 feet up in the air watching us?
Wow.
Man, that feels kind of good.
Yeah.
Look, we got people in the air. We got Ashibu driving home.
We got people in transit.
And we got bundling Barb in the warehouse. Man. We got some good people. All right. Ashibu says, I have a partner who has got me into selling cosmetics and human hair. Ooh.
Oh, well, you ain't getting none of that shit made here in the U.S. So you are about to feel it, brother. You about to feel it really bad.
Your boy's about to do you in.
Because ain't none of that U.S. based.
and it's not like you can get it
Yeah, bro.
What are the other kinds of
I
hair?
guess I know. I guess he's driving to pick up as much of that shit as possible because that price is about to skyrocket.
Because once that hair gets what other kinds of hair? What kind of American hair can you buy? Like,
You are wrong for that.
I'm just asking.
You are wrong for that.
You know what's going to go up? The baseball cap industry is probably
the baseball cap industry.
Because if you can't get that good
hair. Hey, that's cool. I sell hats, so I'll get more hat sales. There you go.
I mean, we're laughing. We're trying to have a little fun because, quite honestly, there's not a whole lot.
Cost more. It's just going to cost more, and how much more? Who knows?
So that means inflation goes up, which is wasn't that one of the day one promises? Like inflation was going to go down on day one.
Whatever. What's interesting though is that all of these things that used to be, used to say, oh, well, you can't blame the president for this, or that's not the administration's actual fault. This lies right at his feet.
This is an own goal. If anybody out there knows what soccer is, please.
Yeah, he owns this one.
Eric, first of all, shout out to Eric.
Eric.
Quasi
is a MAGA patriot. Yes.
He should be proud to send those therapy.
Yes, he's good. Damn.
Okay.
Send them with pride.
Barb says, I also have a Farm Girl subscription box. We'll take a hit on. Oh, so what is that? What is that like?
Well, I guess it's a subscription box for Farm Girls.
I mean, I wonder what's in it.
Ooh, that's a good question. Farm boys, I hope.
Oh my God. Anyway. I'm gonna go crawl into a hole with a couple of bottles of Malbec this weekend and consider my future. Well, that sounds like a pretty good way to spend it.
Yeah, that's a good start.
I think that sounds good. All right. Well, so she says, let me know what she says. I too have bedding business.
Wow, that's good.
Organically, locally sourced for her line.
For hairline, I'm guessing.
Oh, no, I think it's for women, for her line, I guess.
Yeah, I think it's the hairline. But yeah, okay.
Do they allow you to pay tariffs on Klarna?
Isn't Klarna getting ready to go IPO? I think that I read that.
This is probably not a good time to do that, though.
But once that ball's moving, you got to go ahead and go.
What was the funniest? One of the funniest things I saw today, I was watching the closing bell. They always have some company ring the bell, opening and closing bell. And it's like the highlight of their,
Yeah.
You should have seen the stone face.
It's like, damn it, this is the day we get to ring the damn bell.
Yeah, the market has gone down 2,100 points, and we supposed to smile? I mean,
I know that is so weird, isn't it? And everybody on the floor then already went home. They're like, screw it today.
Yeah, well, people are like jumping out of buildings almost. And I don't want to say it. I don't want to put that up.
That's not yet. It's not that bad.
They pulled back at the IPO because of Mark. Oh, so they pulled it.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Smart move. Okay. Or that would have been them up there looking foolish.
Yep. Okay. Because I was thinking that. I was like, man, it's a bad week. Okay.
Somebody else did have an IPO this week. I forget who it was, but it was I think it was like a tech company, and it did not have a good.
Yeah, the tech industry is not feeling too well right now.
Yeah, I mean, look, the only reason I'm laughing now is I am not about to look at my my
401k.
I'm not looking at that statement.
Yeah,
and I would strongly recommend, if you don't need the money,
do not touch it.
Yeah,
do not touch it. That's the worst thing to do, is to run and do something crazy when you're gonna need that money. Just let's say, do you remember? I remember my 401k after 2000, I guess 9/11. It was so bad. And had I pulled it, and I remember sitting there one day looking, I'm like, really? I should just pull this out and play with it. And I'm so glad I didn't. 20 years later, it's doing fantastic. So, I mean, you guys, if you don't need this money right now, don't touch it.
Don't even look at your statements.
Don't even look at your statements.
It will only make Barb want to drink even more of that Malbec. Core weave. Yeah, did they? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I don't think they had a very good opening. I think they might actually be below the initial price. I'm not sure.
Really? Oh, let's see.
I'm not totally
I'm
sure.
looking it up. Ugh.
I don't think they had a very good lift off. Let's put it like that.
Ugh.
They might be under the water. I'm not sure.
Really?
Yeah, I knew there was another company that. Boy, that's so terrible. That's because people work for years to get to the point where they can do an IPO, and then to have it happen at this particular time. And once again, this was a self-inflicted wound to our economy. This did not have to go down at all. Sorry, Asha, we've got to tell it like it is.
Oh well. What are you gonna do, right?
What can people do? What can a small business person do?
You can drink some wine.
Hunker down is all I can think of. Hunker down.
You're gonna have to eat it. Eat it. Eat it. Eat it. Eat it. That's what we got to do.
Oh wait, Barb has on the upside here. On the upside, the 11,000 square foot product in my warehouse. Wow, that's a lot of stuff. In my house became way more valuable. That's true. Doing a firewall to clear it out. Okay, so at least she was stocked up.
Yeah. Man. Man, I feel so much better about my warehouse being gone.
You don't have that.
Wow. Yeah, I got out right. I got lucky. I just feel that because most of my business is imports. That's what we did.
Ooh, okay. By the way, shout out to Michelle for joining us.
Yeah.
A little pain in the beginning, but don't worry, guys. Just sit back and relax. Everything is going to be all right.
Yes.
And I'll be able to say, I told you.
Yes. I can't. Look, Ashibu, fantastic.
I would love to be, if that were the case, that would mean things turn out well. I would love to be able to say Ashibu was right.
Yeah, me too.
Nah, I don't plan on it, but I would be great if that.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see, man.
Here's the thing, though.
Look, if it goes long term, it's not going to be good.
That's what I was about to say.
Up. Yeah, is that what you're going to say? Yeah.
Small business people cannot wait 5 years for something to work out. That ain't going to happen. They're not going to be in business.
No, you can't do that.
Is Barb calling Ashibu a psycho, or what's going on?
No, of course not.
I don't know. I mean, I see one-word answers and stuff like that. I don't know. Barb, who's a psycho? I don't know, man. People are already in bad shape. We were talking about the credit crunch and how much debt U.S. consumers are already in. This does not help them get out of it.
Did you see the chart about the people that were late on mortgage payments?
No.
Oh, you haven't seen that?
No.
I gotta find that, bro. That one
is it pretty bad?
Me.
Oh,
yeah, that one shook me.
Oh.
So I'll see if I can pull it up.
That's people are already messed up. They're already in too much debt, and let's face it, a lot of the younger generations
they don't even have one.
They don't have benefits. A lot of them don't have a 401k plan. A lot of them can't take any time off, or else they just don't get any pay. This is terrible for them.
So it says as of early 2025. So that's now.
Yep.
Over 6.6 million households are reported to be behind on their mortgage payments, according to deeds.com. Approximately 2.212 million mortgages were either delinquent or in active foreclosure. And the overall mortgage delinquency rate for 1 to 4 unit resident properties is 3.98%. So there you go. I don't know what that means. I'm going to ask you, what does that mean?
It means we're all screwed.
Well, I mean, in terms of where it was before. You know
Well,
what I'm saying?
all right. So while you're looking at couple that with, I don't know the exact numbers, but they always do these surveys about how much people have in their savings that will help them get through tough times. And like the average person only has like a couple $100 before they're like bankrupt.
Oh yeah, or they're falling behind.
Yeah, this kind of situation ain't helping that. So while I appreciate Ashibu's enthusiasm, there's really a very small percentage of the overall population that can wait out years before things get better. Because if Trump is wanting to bring manufacturing back, that ain't going to happen overnight. That it's going to literally take our buddy even earlier today.
Yeah, like a decade.
Yeah. People,
like a decade.
People don't have that tongue, man.
But you know what? I think one thing that we overlooked on that conversation, glad you brought that up, because Sashi actually said that a lot of those jobs will go to robots.
Yeah, right.
See, so it ain't like we're building a warehouse that's going to be stacked with people. If I'm got to build one, I'm going to build one that's going to be robot friendly at this point.
That's why this whole notion of going back to the good old days, the 1950s,
the 30s,
where
the 10s.
Whatever, it's where people would be able to go to their manufacturing job.
The Negroes picked the cotton for the white people.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
I wasn't quite going back that far.
Sorry. Oh, okay. I'm having flashbacks. Okay.
Damn, that was a hell of a flashback.
I'm sorry. We've erased that from memory.
Yes.
That's DEA or I or whatever. That's all been erased from memory. Never mind. That never happened.
Wait a minute. What is this? Dang, I just noticed that John has stepped. Oh, okay. Here's a positive. It used to look like stacks of old disheveled magazines. Damn. How long has it been since Eric has joined us? I mean, damn. Exactly. Boom and automate. That's what I'm saying. And you know who's building these? Who potentially would be building these plants? These manufacturers. They're going to be people that want to build it with the automation in mind, so that they don't have to hire people that cost a lot of money.
Yeah, absolutely.
So all these folks who are wanting to go back, can we just put the notion you can't go back? There's no going back. I know a lot of folks are out there want to go back to the good old days when Glenn Miller played and all that kind of stuff. It ain't happening.
No, it's not happening.
And this world is interconnected.
And the thing is, as we go back, the rest of the world's going to go forward, and that's not going to be a good look.
It's not good for us. You know what? Here's the thing. The only thing that they seem to really be focused on when it comes to the future is who owns the chip market. That's the only thing they seem to be saying. All right, we'll do whatever. We're gonna move. We need to move forward because that's still in play. From I guess what they're thinking, that's still in play, and we want to own that. So they're willing to move forward. Only and when I say they are, I'm talking about the few folks that have the power at the top.
Yeah, but I mean, here at the same time is the people that make these chips. They're not really Americans, so
they're American enough. Their money is.
No, I'm saying that they're not American. Yeah, a lot of them are here on cards.
But they're okay. That's okay. They're okay.
Well, all right.
I'm just saying they're okay.
All right, if you brown enough.
Yeah, but if you
never know.
If you're rolling with the,
that's all I know is, man, it's getting crazy in these streets.
It really is. So let me see. What is so steel tariffs won't have any effect on factory construction costs. Read everything I say today with
that's true.
Yeah, of course.
Right. How are you going to even build the daggone warehouse that you thought you were going to build for manufacturing, and you got to use steel? And that's going up sky high.
If you are even like you said, even if you are manufacturing in this country, the parts that you manufacture with probably ain't coming from here.
Yeah,
we can't build everything here.
But Trump is a good negotiator.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So maybe it'll be negotiation time, and we'll get better deals.
Yeah, like when Mexico built that wall.
That wasn't a negotiation. And I bet you he's still gonna collect that check. Watch, he's still gonna collect that check. Believe it.
How did somebody who really, for the most part, was a TV show host who has multiple bankruptcies for his own business, how did he become like this trusted business person?
That's the question you should really be studying, because that's a very good study. That's a very good study. And, that too big to fail thing, that's how he got through 2 of those bankrupts. It's like he goes bankrupt and the banks have to bail him out because he's too big to fail.
But the thing is, everybody knew this stuff before he became president.
Not everybody. No. Yeah. Most people found out about him from the show. And if you watch the show, you think he's like an amazing, amazing business mind. And that's the way the show was put together. And he was able to, parlay that into a political career. So
only struggling working class people. That's the other thing. How could they think he's one of them?
It's not that they think he's one of them. They just, if you have the same enemy, then you become friends. And that's what he did. And he did it very well.
So sad. So sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because time and time again, he's shown that he's nobody's true friend. You're only his friend as long as you agree with him. It's so transactional.
That's the only time I'm friends with you. So what's your point? I thought that's how that works.
That was a good one. I have to admit, that was a good one. Yeah, good old liquidation day brings out the worst in you. All right, Amber is here. Hey, Amber, you missed out on some really good discussions, Amber.
We got a full house now. We got a full house. All the old school folks are in the house.
Ashibu, we need to hear back from you. You are.
Is he still driving?
I thought he pulled over or something.
He says because he knows the system, he takes advantage of every loophole. Did you get that? That's about 4 up.
4 up, 4 up, yeah. 4 up. Oh, there he is. Okay.
Yeah.
But did he ever name the other 2 things that Trump has done?
No, he couldn't come up with that. He couldn't come up with 3.
In the cosmetics ones.
3 actual things. And I don't know what he's talking about, locally sourced hair. You live in Ohio.
Well, like some bald dogs.
You live in Ohio, man. You ain't got that many locally sourced hair sources.
People, you better take care of your cats.
No,
he's might come home bald.
He's probably. What are you doing, man? You getting what are those folks that ride the horses and buggies?
The horse and buggies?
Yeah. Who rides the horse and buggies and doesn't touch electronics?
Oh, Luddites.
Yeah, he's got a lot of Luddites there. So are you doing that? You chasing down the Luddites, getting some hair?
Barbara, but that liqueur is really hitting the spot there, isn't it, Barbara? TikTok scraps all potential deal because of tariffs. Whoa. Is that real?
TikTok actually got a 75-day extension.
Oh, that's right. Trump, yeah.
Yeah, so they can be we don't need any of that.
No, that was that. So they didn't scrap it. It was Trump.
Yeah.
That, because everything has to be on his terms. It's not TikTok scrapping. We're giving them 75 more days.
Yep. And he's trying to leverage that to work with the Chinese. The Mormons. Yeah, the Mormons. There's plenty of Mormons in Ohio. So he's probably getting some Mormon hair.
The
Amish.
Yeah, they got them big beards.
Exactly. You're probably you're selling beard hair.
He Can you imagine somebody wearing beard hair?
Oh no, you don't. Yes, you got to cut. Comb that out.
Are Chihuahuas? They're local to this country, right? Them Chihuahuas got some nice hair.
Really? Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
No, you do need to stop watching the news. The news is a toxic energy. That's what the news is. The news is toxic energy.
Plus, I think they lie.
I absolutely know they lie, but that's nothing new.
That's true, I guess.
You know what I've started? I used to go in the kitchen and I got a TV box thing, and I always tell it to play CNN. And so now I've started going there, and when I'm in the kitchen cooking, I just tell it to play Game Show Network. Because there's always a game show on. It gets you excited. And
you know what's on? You know what's on Amazon Prime? I think it's Prime. It's one of those. They have
these games.
The Flip Wilson show.
Oh my gosh!
He had like a show in the early 70s for 4 years. I think he might have been the first black guy to have his own show.
No.
Not his own weekly show, because I know
Nat King Cole
had, but was that a weekly?
I think it was. He was the first one, but I mean,
actually, he wasn't the first one. If you recall, that PBS special. What's that lady's name? She actually had it a couple of years before Nat King Cole.
Leslie, not Leslie.
No, she played. She was a piano player from the 30s and 40s.
Oh yeah, I remember reading something about her.
Yeah, and she had a show before they blackballed her for standing up.
I don't remember. I read that. I think he shared that.
Maybe Cosby was.
No, Cosby didn't have.
No. Although he had that show he did with Robert Culp, I Spy. That was in the 60s.
I Spy, yeah. But I mean, he was the first one to have a variety show.
Yeah, a variety show like what was
Sonny and Cher and Carol Burnett.
What's the there's one that I people talk about all the time. Damn, I completely lost it. But yeah, Carol Burnett was really good. I like Carol Burnett.
I love Carol Burnett.
Yeah,
I would live for Sundays.
Harvey Korman and Tim Conway would crack me up.
They were the best.
Did Sammy have a show?
I don't remember. I mean, he was on everybody's show. I don't remember him having a show.
I don't know if he had a show.
Yeah, he was on everybody's show.
Dean Martin had them roasts back in the day.
Bro, you go back and watch those. They're still funny.
They are.
And every joke was a race joke.
but everybody was okay with it.
Every joke was.
I mean, look, Don Rickles was going to work.
Dude, he was so gold. Oh my gosh.
But he was ripping on everybody.
Man,
it didn't matter.
That probably was my all-time favorite. Yeah, he's one of my all-time favorites. I can't say he's my all-time, but he's in the top 3, man.
I'm trying to think who would he might be my all-time.
Really? Yeah, because I mean, he would come on the Tonight Show, and I would have to stay up. I'm like,
he would just the way he was so sarcastic. It was so good.
Oh my God, he was terrible, terrible man, and nobody was safe.
Do you watch these roasts? What's that guy Jeff?
Yeah, I watch them. I watch any roast.
Are they?
I love them. They're funny, man. If you have not seen the Tom Brady roast, you need to go watch that.
I watched some of it. Yeah,
dude,
I watched
that. Was so.
He did not
hilarious.
know what he was in for.
No, I was like, why is he doing this?
He's like, no idea. Yes,
they're gonna talk about your kids. They're gonna talk about your wife. You can't do anything. You got way too much.
They talk about the owner of your team, and that guy was like in his 80s, and he was there, and they were roasting that dude.
And they were not supposed to. That was some.
I don't know who told him that there was rules to this, but
yeah, bro, I'm telling you, those people are there for the check. Check, please. And that was so hilarious.
Yeah, he'll never do that again.
But yeah, I love a good roast. I love a good roast.
Yeah, Dean Martin was good with those things.
But he used to have it on every week. That was a weekly roast.
But his go-to guy was always Don, though.
Yeah, Don was on it. Like he was a regular. I think even what's her name, man? Lawanda Page used to be on there too. She would
Remember,
be.
she was. Oh yeah, that's right, Luanda. She was. Well, she wasn't on Esther on them.
No, that was before the Aunt Esther times. She used to roast them, dude. So I love a good roast.
Yeah.
I love. Matter of fact, that we should put Trump on. Never mind.
No, don't ruin it.
I would love a Trump roast.
Well,
I think they did a Trump roast. I need to go back and look. I'm pretty sure he did do a roast.
that's what got us into this mess to
I
begin
know.
with.
I
Him
know.
getting roasted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pity. Some people always blame, Jimmy Fallon.
I have to
admit, dude.
I'm
John
with you on that
high 10.
Yeah, I am
he
with
is
you on
not
that one.
Funny.
He works a lot, but I just don't.
I mean, I like him in the movies. He's okay in the movies.
He's okay as like a sidekick kind of guy.
Yeah, but Kevin Hart, I can't sit and watch a special. He does not make me laugh.
What is Barb talking about? Me too, with a little ketchup. Barb, how many of those things have you had there, Barb? Have one for me, please. I don't know.
Yeah, turn the news off. You say she has the news in the background. You got to turn it off. You got to disconnect.
You got to get away from
that. Because it sets your tone, for the rest of the day. And if it's not good. It's not good. And there's nothing that you need to know that you can't get from Facebook.
Wow.
Oh God.
Trump roast with ketchup.
Trump roast with ketchup.
Oh hell no. No. Bernie Mac was Bernie was good. Bernie.
Miss Bernie. Yeah. I have no idea where he would be today had he lived. He would be at the top of that game. Because Bernie was funny.
Oh, he was naturally funny.
Yeah. And everybody liked him.
Steve Harvey
respected him.
Steve Harvey, maybe not as much, but
there's
some jealousy there.
A lot of people have that problem with Steve. Or Steve has that problem with certain people.
Well, wasn't it when it originally started? Wasn't he kind of like the headline?
Yeah, he was the king. He was the actual king of the comedy.
Yeah.
Show. Yeah.
And then they actually started doing it, and it was.
Bro, yeah, I mean, you can't follow Bernie. Bernie would eat him up every night.
Like you said, people just thought he was funny, and they liked him. You know what? I like Steve Harvey on that Steve Harvey show. I thought that was a good little show.
Yeah, but honestly, that was, that's part of the thing. It was like, wasn't it Mr. Cooper?
Yeah. What, hanging with Mr. Cooper?
Yeah. If you
Mark
look
Curry?
at it, yes, exactly.
Oh, that's right. Didn't he steal that?
He stole the show.
Yeah,
yes, I was hanging with Mr. Cooper ended up being the same theme as his show.
Yeah. Shout out to Nikki. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, Nikki Bell, what's up?
We just sitting here. Hey, Nikki, how has Liberation Day been for you? We're just kind of
feeling liberated.
You feel liberated?
No, I'm feeling liberated.
Me,
I refuse to celebrate Liberation Day again. I'm not doing that again. The hangover is really bad.
I don't want to do it again. I hope there's really no end in sight. We don't know when this is gonna.
Yeah, there you go. Bloomberg is way better.
I just read the articles. I don't really watch the TV too much. The Bloomberg network.
Yeah, but I'm just saying it's a better narrative.
You know what?
It's based on fact.
I am watching more and more straight YouTube. Like,
yeah, me too.
It's amazing how much more I watch of that than I watch of like traditional radio. I mean, TV or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. It's and I'm watching long form stuff on there too.
Oh, I watch a lot of documentaries on stuff on.
How many? So Bob says we sound calm about the situation. How many shows did you do today? This is my third show today.
No, I only did 2. I did 1
You did too.
yesterday.
Okay, I did another one in the middle. So I'm kind of like burnt on this
Yeah,
contest.
after at the end of the week,
Yeah,
after doing a lot of talking and stuff.
2 days of talking about it, and then yeah, it is what it is.
It's and I think Barb, you said it. It's not a surprise. I'm not surprised. It always feels you always feel it when it happens, but you're not surprised that it happened. I mean, people voted for this. We cannot let certain people off the hook.
Ashibu voted for it.
Yeah, Ashibu voted for this, and
Yeah,
apparently he's happy with it.
he's happy. He's living his best life.
Yeah, or so he says. Let's see. What about the Black Movie Classic YouTube? There is one. I haven't even seen that one before.
Black Movie Classic YouTube channel, huh? Hmm.
Oh, Barb is. Are you surprised that China fought back, or at the level of the percentage? Because
No, I'm not surprised.
They're matching it 30. Tariff percentage to
No,
tariff percentage. So.
I think China is a market beast, and they're going to prove it.
Yeah, I think they were actually in a better look. Our economy was number 1. Theirs is number 2. They got more people, but it's still number 2. There was absolutely no reason for this to work out the way it did. We weren't our economy was still viewed as the best economy in the world. There is no reason for us to start a trade war with our friends. If they even view us like that, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think so anymore.
Oh, so wait a minute. So China is now their tariff is 54%. I thought it was 34%.
I think they put 34% on top of what they already have.
Oh, well, to match what Trump put on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, this gets nobody anywhere.
Except to the poorhouse.
Yeah. Well, and like I said, I feel bad because there's a lot of people that are currently in debt, and can't afford increases of any kind. Like you were saying, people that are behind in their mortgage, so they're going to get put out eventually. And so you're going to have people are already getting fired from their federal jobs. So that'll start kicking in. It didn't hit the current jobs numbers. I think it'll start kicking in on the April jobs numbers. People getting fired. So you're going to have people out of work, behind in their mortgages, having these inflated prices they have to deal with for like a loaf of bread. Who knows what that'll go to? I don't see any good that is going to be here in the short term for anybody other than the folks who don't feel this pain because they got so much money. It doesn't matter to them. That's why when you hear somebody say, it's going to be a short-term pain, it's not a short-term pain to the folks who are actually feeling the pain. They're hurting. Now, these rich folks, they don't care because they've got the money. They don't need this.
Well, they care too.
They don't care. They don't feel.
They don't care as soon, but they'll care too.
Well, when the pain if the pain gets to them, that's when all of a sudden, oh, this is terrible.
Well, I mean, they need us to spend.
How can you spend something you don't got on things you can't afford?
And this is happening. Get ready.
Look, I am very thankful that I am in a position that I don't have to worry about paying a mortgage. Other people are not in that position. I can understand how this has got to be frightening, because the inflation is just around the corner.
Yeah, that's like my daughter was getting ready to move and looking for a new apartment and everything, and then she decided to just chill for another 6 months.
And it's a smart move.
See I was like, wow, she's so smart.
Yeah.
I wasn't saying anything, but literally today was like, this is what I'm going to do. I'm like, good idea.
Very smart.
Very smart. So it's crazy out in these streets, bro.
And it's just the beginning of this. This is the sad part. Just the
Yeah.
beginning.
Well, we'll see. Like I said, he could negotiate. I hear there are certain countries already ready to go to zero on
Yeah,
trade.
I think I heard like Vietnam. Like, all right,
Right.
what exactly are we buying from Vietnam?
Shoes.
Yeah, uh, I don't think that's a big thing.
Well, if you sell shoes, it is.
It is, but is that make a dent in our economy? Is that going to really improve? The trade deficit. I don't know.
I don't think so.
I don't.
I mean, because how much can Vietnam buy of American goods
Well,
when their size versus our size? I mean, come on.
well, and the other thing is, like with the automobile stuff, the reason that folks in Germany and Japan are not buying American cars is not because of the tariffs.
It's because of the quality.
It's they don't want these cars here, man. It's just it's. What's Ashibu saying here? Israel, Vietnam, and Canada are going to go to zero. Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see if that'll be enough for the greedy money grubbers. Well, the greedy money grubber.
All I am seeing is I think what I think would happen is all these countries like the European Union, they all are going to get together and try to figure out a way that they can move together, because if they do that, that'll have way more impact
Leverage
than trying to do things one country at a time. And that's what Trump wants. He wants to be able to do deals with one country, because that way he feels like he can use the leverage, against one country, against us. You might be able to do that. But if I were the Europeans and the other countries, I would be getting together and figuring out what can we do together so that we don't have to depend on on any one country anymore. And I think that's going to be what happens in the end. And these countries are going to realize, you know what, we don't necessarily need America as much.
Here's what I'm afraid of. What I'm afraid that might happen is that they move away from the American dollar as the international currency.
And why wouldn't China want to be supportive of that?
That's what I'm saying. Of course they want to be supportive of it. Why wouldn't all these countries at this point want to be supportive of that?
That's why don't be surprised if you see China making overtures to the European Union to figure out a way to support them at the expense of us.
I don't think they're going to be able to steamroll China.
I don't think. I think it's very hard to steamroll a country that has that many people, and the government will do what it takes, and doesn't really allow for independent thought or action. You have to roll with what they do. Whereas here, that's part of the beauty of the American system is capitalism. It's you can be your own boss. You don't have to do what the government says. But in this instance, the government is saying something, and it's going to end up hurting a lot of these folks who are capitalists, who are independents.
Oh my God. So I just decided to do this. This is for Ashibu if you're still around.
He's still there?
Well, I said, what is the population of Israel, Vietnam, and Canada versus the U.S.? The Israel population is about 10 million. Vietnam, 100 million. Canada, 40 million. USA, 334 million. To say,
more than that.
Yeah, it's probably more than that too. But to say that these that's Israel, Vietnam, Canada, who gives a shit? Those numbers,
and not only that,
they're not going to change our GDP.
That's what I was going to say. Forget about the number of people. What is the gross domestic product for each of those?
I mean, the exchange between that
Vietnam, I'm guessing, is like nothing.
Minuscule.
So once again, we start this war with these countries that are like minuscule to us, and you're trying to take them for every last dime they have. It doesn't make any sense to me. It just doesn't. And that's a good way of creating enemies when you had allies. Your allies, your friends, you don't do this to your friend. You don't do this kind of stuff to the people you call your friends.
This is insane. These
Because
numbers are crazy, man.
yeah, these
These
numbers
are
are so
so
out of whack.
minuscule
Yeah.
that it's like, really, this is what we're fighting over?
You're browbeating
Wow.
the poorest of the poor. This is what you're doing. The only money they get is from these kind of trade deals. Because look, Americans have the money. So who's going to buy your stuff? People who have the money. It doesn't make any sense. You don't overcharge or over-tier of people. All your friends. Oh my God, dude.
Yeah, I'm sure people are paying a very fair price for that hair.
but we can afford to pay whatever it is. People have been glad to pay it.
No, just let's not pull that,
Nah, we've got money over here. So we do like to go and spend the money. And if we could get a good deal from over there, we're glad to pay it. This did not have to go down this way. That's all I'm saying.
Well, let's just put it like this. United States and Israel. Exports to Israel, 9.2 billion. Exports to Vietnam, 9.7 billion. I mean, it's just so minuscule. It's so minuscule. And I saw a story the other day. The amount of visitors into the United States from the airlines has dropped dramatically.
Oh yeah.
So that is like money that we used to depend on, tourist money. And most of those tourists, like 50% of them came from Canada. Not anymore.
And they don't want us going there now. I mean, all because of one person. This was not the case 6 months ago.
So I'm just saying there's a lot of downstream impacts. I don't think Ashibu you're taking into account. And you're probably not considering just what's about to happen. So when we talk about this little, impact, and then it's going to be great and grand, it's going to take a minute, bro. It's going to take a minute if we stay at this pace. That's all.
And once again, there's a very small percentage of people who can afford this, who can afford to wait it out or take some pain.
I can afford to leave.
The average person cannot really afford this for any extended amount of time. That's, only you, the millionaires and billionaires.
Well, then you should be fine, Brent. So.
Anyway, those are the folks who are saying, "Oh, there's going to be some short-term pain." They ain't feeling it, so it's trivial to them. It's not trivial to the regular working people. That's all I'm saying. Okay. One last thing here. I'm not disillusioned about how long it's going to take. Honestly, I know it's going to take some time. However, the fact that we're moving in the right direction is all I care about. Okay. Well, the stock market has moved in the very wrong direction. Well, basically since your boy came in the office.
That can't go up forever.
Yeah, well, you would hope, but hey, I didn't think it was going to go down 2,200 points the day after it went down 1,500 points. So a lot of things are possible, apparently.
All things are on the plate.
Do you recall back in 1987 when we had the biggest percentage drop outside of the 1929? It was like a 20% drop in one day, and it was about 500 points. It feels like that, but it's not, because while 500 points was 20% of the market, what we're dealing with is about 10%. But damn it, it's a terrible feeling. I don't care. It just feels bad when you see 2,100 points in one day. That's over $2 trillion of actual market cap value gone in a day. I don't care what you say, Ashibu. That's not supposed to happen. Not in 1 or 2 days. That is not
because of one man's decision.
One man's. I was going to say some kind of a dream, from the 80s.
Yeah, it's just kind of one man's whimper. But
Anyway,
well,
yeah.
I can't. Look, I'll give you this day and this amount of attention, but I'm not going to take this into the weekend.
No, what's the point?
Hell no, screw that. I'm going to go cook my dinner.
Yeah,
and enjoy my weekend.
Yeah,
and for those of you that are looking for ways to cut your budget when it comes to getting content created,
oh God,
and images, I have a class for you tomorrow. Go and sign up. It's on my Facebook page. Go do it. It's free, and you need this. You need this one. Don't laugh. This is real.
I'm sorry. It just sounded like an infomercial.
It is an info. We're just like, I'm giving you fucking information on a commercial. I think this is the. That's the definition of an infomercial.
Where's the Sham Wow guy when you need it?
Oh dang, man! I could use a Sham Wow guy. I could have used one of his pitch lines.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I didn't. I just put it together yesterday, so I don't have a whole long runway to be, talking about it. So I figure I might as well throw it in on the show at the end. That's what I'm supposed to do.
All righty, folks. Have a great week.
Yes, there will be a replay. Yes, just sign up and I will send a replay out.
Yeah, Barb's got to finish up that box of wine she's working on.
Yeah, a box of wine.
All right, folks. Exactly. Thank you for sharing Liberation Week with us.
And you know what? Special shout out to Ashibu, because you made me feel so much better. What was I thinking?
I will say this: Ashibu is his ability to stick with his guns and stay true to what he believes. I do appreciate that. I could say.
That's my brother.
That's all I'm gonna say, because I don't want to go negative. I'm just kidding. All right, so everybody please find a way to have a great weekend. Take your mind off of this nonsense. We need some positive. Well, look at that.
It's Liberation Day.
Have a good night, man. Seriously, we enjoy your contrarian opinion here.
Yep, absolutely.
All right, you around next week?
I should be here.
All righty. We'll see you next Friday.
Bye, guys.
Weekend. Who knows what we'll be facing next week, but we'll be here to face it later.
Please.